If you are like millions and millions of Americans, you shop at Walmart because Walmart has cheaper prices. But one of the issues with Walmart is they do have cheaper prices. So because of that, they are actually at risk all the time at losing money. But Walmart is so big, they just don't care. However, the story that I'm bringing you today is very interesting because a Walmart supplier has just gone bankrupt. This is interesting because this is not just a Walmart supplier. This supplier has many stores that they sell to. And you are going to feel the impacts of what's coming. This is a massive supply chain issue. And I want to address what's going on because most people are not talking about this. But it's a massive problem. So let's get right down to it. So before I get into which supplier is going bankrupt, I want to address something else. That this is a problem that many stores are about to face. And the reason they're about to face this is because we have a supply chain issue, not here within the United States, but actually abroad. I want to show you this story. We currently have a problem with the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal drought is making canal passage quite the challenge, according to a customs broker. Now, I want to read you more of that story, but I want to read you a statement that they made. Look at this. It says, "We've seen the trend lately where the cargo ships just keep getting bigger and bigger to carry more containers. Bigger isn't always better when it comes to the efficiency of getting goods from here to there when you have a situation like the Panama Canal. So yeah, quite the challenge." Now, what is this person saying? Well, if you have a bigger ship, you need more water to keep it up. If the bigger ship weighs too much, it will drag down and potentially hit the bottom. Right now, there's many issues within the Panama Canal. One of them is a massive drought. Now, this is impacting people all across the world, not just here in the United States. But the reason why the Panama Canal is creating a supply chain issue is because ships are taking longer to get from wherever they're coming from through the Panama Canal and up to the United States. But this has very little to do with what the supplier is doing. The supplier that is actually going bankrupt, which is a massive supplier to Walmart and to Kroger, to Whole Foods, to places like that, and to many grocers. This supplier is called Prima Wawona. Now, this company is based out of California. The reason why this is crazy what is happening, and look at this story, says Kroger Walmart fruit supplier files for Chapter 11. But why are they doing that? Well, they're saying it's because costs. I want to read you this. Look at this one right here. It says right here, however, with inflation creating higher operating costs and weather-related impacts on the crop, Boken says Prima Wawona was forced into bankruptcy. They were forced into bankruptcy. Now, yes, weather-related, weather has caused a lot of issues with fruit and vegetables over the past couple of years. But this company, Prima Wawona, which is headquartered out of Cutler, California, they ship fruits like plums, apricots, peaches, and they go primarily to big grocers like Walmart and Kroger. But the biggest issue is that inflation is creating higher operating costs. Now, I have a story for you in just a moment, but this is not the end, because we are seeing this exact same thing in places like Rite Aid. Rite Aid plans on closing 154 stores after their bankruptcy filing. Okay, 154 stores. This isn't just a one and done thing where Walmart's going to feel a slight little impact. No, this is going to happen to many stores, thousands upon thousands of stores. We're going to see this. Now, I bring you this story because of one thing. What's happening? Why are stores losing money? They're losing money because their operating costs are getting too much. Hiring employees is getting too expensive. Buying new products is getting too expensive. And now we're going to dip into the holiday shopping season. But some stores believe that we are going to see a decrease from last year because people have less money. And if you have less money and there's less products, that means you're going to get less sales. But there's something else that's going on right now. And this is actually a big worry. Think about this for a second. Let me just paint this picture for you. You walk into and I know many people that only go to Walmart to buy fruits, vegetables, and meat. Those three things. That's all they go there to buy. I also know other people that only buy their groceries at Walmart. They do not shop for clothes, electronics, none of that. It's just grocery products. And I can tell you right now, because I asked somebody this morning, I said, would you go to Walmart if they didn't have any fruit and no vegetables? Those two things. They said absolutely not. They would not go. Because those are two of the things that they go there to buy. Because they're less expensive. But if Walmart and let's say Kroger now don't have the fruits like they did before because this big supplier is going bankrupt, then what? Well, that means, Johnny and Susie from down the street that normally go to Walmart, they're not going to go to Walmart anymore. They're going to potentially go to Costco. They're going to go to Fred Meyer. They're going to go to Albertsons and Safeway and the other stores. Because those stores have the fruits that they want at the price that they're willing to pay for. Now, is this the only thing that's happening? Is it just fruits and vegetables? No, absolutely not. I want to read you this comment that I received the other day. This person asks, and let me read you this comment. It says, Adam, you have not talked about this in a while, and I want to get your thoughts on what is happening. My Lowe's store here in Southern Texas made their store layout smaller. I thought this was odd. Like your Walmart did last year, which this person's referring to a video I did last year, actually in the spring, where I said my Walmart store was actually shrinking the store, the layout of it, bringing shelves in. But they go on to say, like your Walmart did last year, where they moved shelves inward to make it seem more full. Mine did the same thing. I asked one of the employees why they are moving shelves around, thinking it was simply for the holiday season, and she told me that they aren't getting in the same amount of products like in previous years, so they are shrinking the outer perimeter of the store. Have you heard about any other stores doing this exact same thing? That's the comment. Here's my answer to you. Yes, I've seen this happen quite a bit over the past 6 months to a year. I've seen multiple Walmart stores do this exact same thing. Some, which is interesting, actually talked to a contractor, and they were building out the front. They're building out the customer service area because what they were seeing was more people were coming in to return items, so they needed a larger customer service area in the front. And so they actually stretched it about 10 feet, pushed everything, even the cashier, belts and everything, pushed it all back 10 feet, built out the front of the store 10 feet bigger, and so it shrunk the store 10 feet. Interesting, right? Yeah. And that's something they were saying that they did a few stores here in Washington State. They were doing a couple stores in Oregon, and they were doing the majority of them in California. So I haven't traveled to Walmart stores in California, so I can't attest to that, but that is what that contractor said. So that's Walmart. Kroger and Albertsons, I've seen this exact same thing happen where they are actually reducing the layout of their store. They're making certain aisles a little bit wider. And so in the end, they're getting rid of like a whole row of shelving. Okay? And so instead of the aisles being like 6 feet wide or whatever they are, whatever their spec is, I don't know. But instead of them being 6 feet wide, they go to like 7.5. So by the time they move all the shelves and the aisles to make them a foot to a foot and a half wider, it gets rid of one entire row, which again, I thought is interesting, but it's something that they are doing. Here's another one. I have a picture here I want to show you to kind of give you an idea, but what is happening in Kohls, it's happening at Macys, and it's happening at Marshall's. And I thought this was interesting, and it's actually pretty smart on the stores. But what they are doing is they are going in And instead of reducing the shelves or making the aisles bigger and wider, what they're actually doing is they're starting from the top down. And they're getting rid of products that they are normally on the higher shelf. They're getting rid of those shelves and they're just making them smaller. So you may notice this. After I tell you this, you may be thinking like, I've seen that. Because I saw this in a Ross as well, where Ross, and it was a Ross store here in the Seattle area. But anyway, they normally had like one row of clothing, okay, one rack of clothing, and then on top of that they had another rack, and it was only in like one spot, but it was a lot of clothes. Well, what I've seen lately is they got rid of that top rack, so now it's just one. So now you can see all the way through the store. But look at this picture here. So this picture right here, I just want to show you an example. So you see this Nike thing right here, this Nike like logo, sign, whatever, and this girl running. So what has been happening in certain stores like Kohl's, I've seen it in Macy's as well, is normally they have, like if you look in this, okay, you see right here where they have these little hangers where there's shorts and jackets and shirts and whatever, okay? What normally they do is they have this going up another row right here. Well, what they're doing is they're getting rid of this top row and they're putting in a big logo or a big sign. It could be something for Nike, it could be Adidas, it could be the store, it could say Kohl's or Macy's, but that's what they're doing. So instead of them reducing the size of the store or making the back room bigger or putting in more, and I've seen this in Macy's, or actually, was it Macy's? I think it was Macy's. But what they did is they put in another checkout desk, a little checkout section. Guess what? Nobody's there, ever. They put in an extra section so you can go and check out, but the computer isn't even hooked up. Okay, you can't go and ring somebody up because it doesn't function, and there's nobody there. It's just taking up space. I thought that was interesting, but this is what stores are now coming to. Okay, we've seen this before, where they kind of change things up based on your buying preferences. It's kind of a little like a heat map, but what's happening now is they're, instead of pulling a bunch of products out of the store, having empty shelves or big open spaces, they're filling that space with other things. And in this case right here, they're filling it with a big sign. Okay, I know this is probably Nike. And, oh, yeah, there's another Nike sign, right? It would be horrible if there's another Nike sign here instead of Adidas, but that is kind of what they're doing. So next time you're out at Kohl's, Marshall's, Macy's, look for stuff like this. Okay, because I guarantee you it is happening. And it's not so easy to spot, but it is happening. And this is how we know there are supply chain issues. So let me know if it's happening in your area. What store are you seeing it in? And what is the outcome? Are they reducing the amount of staff? Are they reducing the shelves? Are they lowering shelves? Are they putting in decorations like big old Christmas trees coming up? This is something that I anticipate is going to happen. When you go to a Walmart, normally you'd see a bunch of Christmas trees already put up. This year, I would expect there's more big decorations, more big blow-up Santas and blow-up Frosty the Snowman, because they probably don't have as much stuff. So, let me know what's happening in your area. That is what I am seeing. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next one.